Good evening, everybody. My name is Jesus. I am making a video in discussion about my infograph. So during the semester, I made this project where I saw a need for housing as one of the things that a lot of my um, neighbors and people that I interviewed in this community of Dallas Medical District 75235. There was a greater need for more housing. In my survey or walking survey, there was quite a bit of homelessness, as I mentioned in that video, and just the safety of walking at night and just going into certain parts of the city, like if you cross the into the underpass of 35 and Inwood, you can see a whole tent of people just living there. And so basically my proposal was to make was to find housing for some of the people that live here. On top of that, people that are struggling in the community due to the high rise of gas prices and inflation, and just it being a very prestige location to live in. So what I had proposed was asking the city of Dallas, using local resources such as the Salvation Army, Habitat for Humanities, and even asking UT Southwestern and Parkland Hospital to contribute and use funding from their sources, as well as using the Department of Housing to assist. And then with that being said, the solution would be to try to get as much, in this case would be to do 30 participants. Out of the 30 participants, we're looking at about 75 to 80% retention, meaning that they are off of the streets after the 1-year program. Some of the benefits would be just to have less homelessness, and then just have more stable families and individuals. Part of the reason is because you see a lot of people that get admitted into the hospital because we are a hospital district, that some of these people just can't afford their medical bills and other essentials, and they just decide to live on the street after discharge. With that being said, I wanted to add that this community has an excellent diversity with the LGBTQ plus community. You have excellent healthcare systems in the place. What I decided to do was use the resources that we have in our local community and just expand on them. There was no need for to add another program when we already have programs that exist due to, like, the city of Dallas homelessness programs and shelters, like the Bridge, and there's another one that's in downtown Dallas. So it just didn't make sense for me to utilize not to utilize those resources and say, you know what, we have to have a program that is in continuation of what the city has already done, but more specifically push that program or emphasize that program more into the zip code. But with that being said, I believe the program will be a success. The idea is hopefully that these individuals that do, or participants that do decide to enroll in the program after the program is completed, we want them to have usually about 3 to 6 resources that they can go to in their lifetime. And then on top of that, just to get them off the streets, and then more importantly, not to continue having them around the hospital setting and living on the streets. With that being said, this is a great neighborhood, 75235 Medical District / Oak Lawn neighborhood. Thank you.